Breaking: bombshell evidence emerges in Trump indictment case. 1 min ago, new court filings surface that could reshape the entire legal battle surrounding Donald Trump. This is not just another routine update. This is the moment analysts have been warning about. The legal fight that has hovered over Trump for months has just taken a dramatic turn, and the political consequences could ripple far beyond the courtroom. For months, Trump has stood at the center of one of the most high-profile legal battles in modern American history. Indictments were filed. Hearings were scheduled. Motions were argued. Supporters rallied behind him, calling the cases politically driven. Critics insisted the justice system was simply doing its job. The divide in the country only deepened. But today feels different. Because according to newly disclosed filings, prosecutors have introduced what they describe as critical supporting material tied directly to the indictment, material they argue strengthens their case in a substantial way. Why does this matter right now? Because timing is everything. The political environment is already tense. Campaign strategies are forming, donors are watching, international leaders are calculating their next moves, and now, with this new development, the legal battle is colliding head-on with the political calendar. The courtroom is no longer just a legal arena. It has become a stage with global implications. Sources close to the proceedings indicate that the newly revealed material includes additional documentation and communications that prosecutors claim provide context and corroboration to earlier allegations. They describe it as clarifying and structurally important to their argument. While specific details remain sealed or redacted, the mere suggestion of strengthened evidence has ignited intense speculation. Legal analysts are dissecting every word of the filings. Commentators are debating what this could mean for the trajectory of the case. Trump's legal team responded swiftly and forcefully. In a sharply worded statement, they dismissed the development as procedural theatrics, arguing that the prosecution is attempting to shape public perception rather than focus on substantive law. They insist the case remains flawed and maintain that the evidence will not withstand scrutiny once examined fully in court. The defense has signaled it will challenge admissibility and may seek further delays depending on how the judge rules. And that brings us to the next critical turning point. A key hearing has now been placed on an accelerated schedule. The judge is expected to evaluate whether certain pieces of the newly referenced material can even be introduced during trial proceedings. If admitted, it could significantly alter courtroom dynamics. If rejected, it could hand the defense a powerful narrative victory. Either outcome carries consequences that extend far beyond legal technicalities. Political reaction has been immediate and intense. Trump allies have framed the update as further proof of what they call institutional overreach. Opponents argue it demonstrates that the case is evolving and potentially strengthening. Lawmakers are being pressed for comment. Campaign operatives are recalibrating messaging strategies. Across media platforms, the debate is relentless. Financial markets have also shown subtle signs of caution. Investors dislike uncertainty, and high-profile legal drama involving a former president injects exactly that into the national atmosphere. International observers are watching closely as well. America's political stability is often viewed as a benchmark globally, and developments of this magnitude do not go unnoticed abroad. Yet beneath all the noise, one reality remains clear. This case is entering a more volatile phase. Courtroom battles are no longer theoretical. Strategic decisions made in the coming weeks could determine not only legal outcomes, but political momentum. Every filing, every hearing, every statement now carries amplified weight. And here's the deeper question. If prosecutors truly believe this new material strengthens their case, what does that signal about the next phase? Are more revelations coming? Will additional motions follow? Or will the defense successfully narrow the scope before trial begins? Each scenario paints a dramatically different future. The next hearing could become a defining moment. If the judge signals openness to broader evidence, pressure intensifies. If limits are imposed, the narrative shifts again. Either way, This legal confrontation is far from over. In fact, it may be just entering its most consequential chapter. America has seen legal battles before. It has endured political storms. But the convergence of law, power, and public opinion at this scale is rare. The stakes feel higher. The rhetoric is sharper. The scrutiny is relentless. And as the courtroom doors prepare to open once again, one thing is certain: the story is still unfolding. The filings may have dropped today, but the real impact is yet to be felt. What happens next could redefine not just a case, but a campaign, a movement, and perhaps the political climate of the nation itself. Stay alert, because this legal drama is accelerating, and the next development may arrive sooner than anyone expects.